Hello, everyone. I am going to talk about my tattoo. Let's see, we're going to try and should be able to see that. Um, I got this tattoo. It was actually a gift to myself for my 25th birthday. I got it a month before my birthday. But yeah. Let's see. I'm basically going to answer the most asked questions when people see my tattoo. I'm going to put this somewhere so I could just kind of look at the camera and talk. Okay, so I'm going to fix my hair too. Um, Typically the two most asked questions are why and did it hurt? Um, I'll answer the did it hurt one first. No, because I took a painkiller before I went in and sat down because I didn't want to like flinch or move at like the wrong time from the pain and get like a messed up tattoo on my face for the rest of my life. So, my first tattoo I got on my back, and part of the design is down my spine, and when the needle was on my spine, it like really hurt, and I had like the hardest time like being still. Um, so yeah, I was afraid that would happen with my face tattoo, which is like partly on my cheek and like close to my eye and all that. Um, the other question is a longer. Why? Usually when I'm joking around and somebody asks me that question, and like maybe they reference like Mike Tyson, um, I joke around and I'd be like, well, I saw The Hangover this one time, and you see what happened was I got drunk one day and I woke up with a tattoo on my face. And it's usually my like I'm just kidding answer, but the real question, the real answer is kind of longer. I read a book. Uh, Technically, it's like a book inspired tattoo. I read a book called um, I read a book series um, by it's the House of Night series by PC and Kirsten Cass. Um, if you're familiar with the book series and like maybe you've seen the cover, the characters are usually marked by their goddess Nyx, who's like the goddess of night. I believe she's a Greek goddess. Uh, it's like the goddess of night or something, and she kind of like marks her chosen with these markings. Usually, it's like uh, I believe it's a crescent in the center of their forehead, and then like outwardly from that, like as her relationship with her chosen like deepens um, and whatnot, um, the markings on their body will develop and grow, and they'll go from just being on the forehead to like the side of the face to like kind of down the neck to down the shoulders, and just you know they'll grow and they'll develop and become more intricate. And stuff. And so that planted the seed for me. The planted the idea in my head. I was about 18, 19 when I read the book for the first time and kind of got inspired by that idea. Um, yeah, so I was inspired, and time went on. I didn't like immediately like go, oh, I'm gonna get a face tattoo. But time passed along, and when I was about 20, like I started thinking about it more and more, like how beautiful I thought the idea was, and how like nice I thought it would be, and how pretty. Um, and so I started looking at like, just images of like people with beautiful face tattoos. Not face tattoos, face paintings. Like people get their face painted, they'll have like a little butterfly on the side of their face, or like some filigree or whatever. And I had looked at images of just like people who had gone on and gotten face tattoos. Just, just kind of, you know, playing with the idea a little bit more and more. And then I guess uh, some more time went on. Um, I started trying. I started like doing like rough draft sketches of like if I were gonna get a face tattoo, like what I would like it to look like. Um, and I will. I'm trying to show you guys a picture of one of my sketch designs. It'll be one of my later draft ones because my earlier ones I kind of lost or like threw away because they just they weren't that good. So at about age 22, I had like the idea had like fully blossomed in my heart, and I decided that I was going to get a face tattoo. And so I started. I went to a tattoo artist to see to like work out a design, talk about like color and just like what I wanted, and we discussed like how it would affect my life. Because jobs for one thing. I mean, unless you're like in the art industry, entertainment industry, like modeling or music or art design or being a tattoo artist or those kind of lines of work, having a face tattoo is more like okay in those areas. But like if I had to be like a car salesperson or something, no. So we talked about like how we change that, and um, you know um, I also started thinking this was after a relationship had ended, so I felt more comfortable getting it done because I was like, well, I don't have to worry about the opinion of the person I'm dating, like, whether or not they want to be with a girl who has a tattoo on her face. But the idea, the fear of, like, the fear that the future next love of my life or my future partner or spouse or future whatever might not want to date me or bring home a girl who has a face tattoo, um, definitely like started to grow in my mind. Um, like I've been like really afraid of that, of it being, because some people have their, what's the word I'm looking for? Just, I'll think of the word later. Some people, uh, relationship killers, no, like things, characteristics, another person that would just be like a no for them, like a hard line. Like they wouldn't date somebody who is like messy or has a tattoo on their face or doesn't respect their family, things like that. So yeah. Um, but so after I talked to an artist and we went over things like how it would affect getting a job, how it might affect personal relationships, and I started like getting all these insecurities about how the world would see me, how the world might judge me, um, for doing this, what people would think of me. Um, that started happening, and I turned away from the idea for a while. And it was like several months down the road before I started coming around around to it again. Um, I did some research and I learned how to cover up a tattoo with makeup. Um, and I realized that I guess any future person that I'd want to date who doesn't want to be with me because I have a tattoo on my face, well, they probably aren't the person for me. Um, yeah. Um, 'cause, and the fear and the anxiety that I was dealing with, thinking about like what society would think of me for doing this, what people will think, and the whole like, what's it gonna look like? I mean, when you're like old, like how you gonna feel about it 10 years down the road, or whatever. But I mean, black people are always saying black don't crack. Like I have good genes in my family, so like I'm not really too concerned about like my face getting so wrinkly that my tattoo on my face looks ugly for like at least 30, 40 years from now. So yeah, and when I'm like 60 and 70, am I really gonna care that much what people think of a tattoo on my face? Like, how much is it gonna matter? So, you know, and then I realized that me wanting to get this tattoo wasn't about what other people would think. It shouldn't be focused about what other people would think of me doing this. I'm doing it for me. I should be doing it for me because it's what I desire. It's because it's what I find attractive. It's because what what I want for myself in my heart. You know, I shouldn't be living my life in fear because of what other people might think. And if other people judge me negatively because of something I chose to do with my appearance, then they're probably not people that I want in my life. They're probably not people who are going to like me anyways. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, uh, I I had, and ever since the idea was planted in my head when I was younger, I had started looking in the mirror and like I could see it. I could see it in my heart, in my mind, but it wasn't there. It wasn't visually there for like the world to see. Other people couldn't see it. And I wanted to get to a point where I wasn't the only one who could see it. Like, I wanted the world to be able to see what I saw. And so, yeah, um, I started coming back around to the idea around 20, around 23. Um, so I had to like save up the money for it and start working on like the final drafts for the design, like what I wanted. I I wanted to do color. And I actually I was like trying to do research and trying to see if there was like a way to do like gold ink. Because if I could have this done in like gold ink, like without gold ink like poisoning me or something, I totally would have done that. Or like possibly silver. Um, but I feel like gold would have gone better with my skin tone. Anyways, I wanted to do color, but because I'm kind of a dark skinned girl, when it comes to tattoos and color, you can't really, there aren't very many options for dark skinned girls who want to do color tattoos. Most tattoo artists will just tell you to go with red because it shows up well, it lasts long, works well with your skin tone. But I wanted to do orange, but orange wouldn't, I'm not light skinned enough for orange to have shown up well enough. So, yeah, if I were more light skinned, I totally would have gone with like orange. The flower would have been orange, and like the filigree and stuff would have continued to have been black. So I couldn't really do color. I mean, there is a little bit color in the tattoo. A little bit of red. I went ahead and did like a little bit of red. But yeah. Um, and let's see. I wanted to, I wanted the flower actually originally to be a tiger lily, but I thought a tiger lily on my face would kind of look like an orange starfish. I didn't think it would really work um, on my face. But tiger lilies are like my favorite flowers. So I wanted to do a tiger lily because it's pretty. And roses are like, I mean, they're classic and they're beautiful, but they're a little bit cliche. So I didn't really want to do a rose originally. And then I thought, well, maybe like a tulip. A tulip would be nice. But then I thought, I mean, maybe it was just a little too simple, and maybe it would look oddly like a toilet. I don't know. I don't know why, but I kept seeing toilet tulip on my face in my mind. So I threw away the tulip, and I came back around to the rose. And so I did like a rosebud, as you can see, and I wanted some filigree, and so at first, once I collected the money and could afford to get it done, I went to Platinum Ink off of I-35 in Austin, Texas. But the guy there said that nobody there would give me a tattoo because he took one look at me and saw that I wasn't like covered in ink, and I'm pretty sure he thought that I like didn't really think this through and I would regret it because I didn't have any like previous job stopper type tattoos. Job stopper tattoos are usually tattoos like on the neck or on the back of the hands, or you know, places that usually aren't necessarily covered up by clothes. Um, so since I wasn't like covered in ink and didn't have any other job stopper tattoos, he was like, no, nobody here is gonna do that. And he definitely wasn't gonna do it because he didn't want to be the tattoo artist responsible for giving a girl a tattoo on her face and her like later realizing that it like altered her life or messed up her life, and like me like regretting it and like trying to sue him or like whatever, just whatever. So that didn't happen and I was a little bit discouraged, but I kept going. I went to a different tattoo artist I went to Mom's Tattoo off of South Congress in Austin, Texas, and I spoke to the artist there, and you know, I sat down and I explained to him like how long I've been sitting with the idea and like the process I went through mentally and emotionally about like deciding to like go through with it and why I wanted it, and you know, uh, he said yes, and we worked on the tattoo, um, came with the design together. He told me how much it would be, $200, and I got it done. October 2015. This is what I got done. So yeah, and I have been happy with it ever since. I think it's beautiful, and oh, the other question people usually ask is, what did your mom say? She didn't really say anything. She did ask me why, and I told her that I just wanted something beautiful to accent my face. Um, which is another short answer that I'll give people. That I just want something beautiful to accent my face. Because to me, that's kind of what it is. It's like just a little accent. Just, you know, a little something extra. You know, I don't think I'm less beautiful now that I've gotten it. I don't think I was more beautiful before. Yeah. Yeah, I think the other question people usually wonder, but I haven't had anyone ask me yet, is am I going to regret it uh, when I get older? I worry about that, like, as yes, I realize the like significance of having a tattoo on my face, um, but it's beautiful. I love it. I feel that it's a part of me, and it kind of expresses me and my personality to the world, and I love that. Um, I don't think I'm going to regret it 10, 15 years down the road. I think the only regret that might come of it is if I start feeling angst and worrying about what society would think of me for doing it. Not like any actual regret that I did it, but kind of like, oh my god, what do people think of me for doing this with my body? But no, I don't think I'm going to regret this 10, 15 years down the road. And if I do, I'm pretty sure that tattoo removal will have improved greatly in another 10 or 15 years. So, if I do regret it, pretty sure I can just get it removed. Yeah. I did, this was something I thought about, and just, wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna get a face tattoo, and then go out and do it. I do worry that, like, the future love of my life will not want to be with me because I got a tattoo on my face or whatever. But if they don't want to date me because of my personal appearance, then they're not my match. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about my tattoo. This video is getting kind of long, and my next video I'm going to show you guys how I cover up my tattoo for like professional purposes, like job hunting, or just whenever I have to tone down my look and look normal. So yeah, I can cover it with makeup like really well. Like you won't even know. You wouldn't even know that I had a face tattoo. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here now. Bye everyone, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying your 2019.